Here we are, and welcome to a xenomorphic episode of the Friday Night Movie Podcast, because today, Lily and I are going to talk about the new FX Hulu show, Alien Earth. But first, before we talk about that, because that might alienate many of the listeners, what did you do to Becky? She returned
to me.
I didn't do anything
to Becky. You know me. I'm very chill on vacation.
First of all, the number of boats you take on a vacation, unacceptable.
She booked the boats.
Lily, the poor girl.
I don't know what to say. This was a very lovely vacation, so I don't know what happened.
What's an example of a race movie where the car, is it Talladega Nights, where the car like falls apart and then they have to run across the finish line at the end?
That's what you feel like, Becky.
That's what Becky and her family were arriving at my house.
Well, they had a very wonderful vacation in Italy, so I don't know what that's about.
Extremely husky coughs right now.
Well, I don't know what to say, because I think it's a little bit of Berenstain Bears and too much vacation, but also I think maybe Becky got COVID like 2 weeks ago, but it never kind of cleared. I don't think she still has COVID. I just think that it, like, I don't know. Because, like, I have to say, like, Becky, I did not realize how much FOMO she has.
She's the youngest. Well, that's also as being the older kids.
Yeah, but, like, it's like she really hides it well. Because when I have FOMO, I whine so much about it, everyone knows.
I did not tell her we were recording this week because she's too sick to record, and she would force herself into doing it and be very upset the whole time.
Please, and then yell at us for talking about Alien. So don't worry. She'll be fine.
But she likes Alien, right? She likes Alien. We were at South by. She was talking about Alien 3, but Alien's so great.
I guess it surpasses genres. So anyways, the point is that I had a great vacation with her and her family. She got sick right before the vacation. You know what I think it was? It was like she got sick right before the vacation, wasn't 100% better, rallied during the whole vacation, jumping
held
off
it down,
docks, out late having dinners,
because she described
super late,
you could tell she was trying to play it down to me, like make it sound like a vacation I would enjoy. Because she's like, we stayed in the hotel the whole time, Shai. We didn't even climb all the mountains.
We climbed one mountain, like maybe Josh Kerr would have been proud. We climbed one mountain and did an amazing hike in the Dolomites around a lake, which was beautiful.
I did hear about the Dolomites.
Hike. Oh my God, it was gorgeous. And it was a very flat hike. It was a very flat hike, and it was like an hour, and halfway through we took a lunch break. So it was like an absolute Shai hike, and it was stunning. But she did the hike. She did 2 boats. She went swimming like 10 times a day, out late, dinners. Like Italians, they got the assignment of fun vacation. Like, it's just like everybody's so friendly. And so I think that the rallying broke her, because on the last day, her and I rented a toy car, which we videotaped, and I'll have to edit it so that you can post it.
I thought that was your whole rental car. I thought that was you put all 8 of you in that little Mini.
It only has ropes for doors. All Becky and I kept saying was VIP. This car is VIP. Becky's like, the car is VIP ropes.
But where did you find it?
So
was it just the hotels?
Yes, you could rent it from the hotel for funsies.
So they were like, they're like, here's some bikes and half a car.
Yeah, and half a car that only like dumb people would like. And it's just so fun. I don't know,
you're just like meeping around.
Beep beep, yeah, exactly. Beep. And then the road is just like this beautiful picturesque road that goes between the towns. Like, you can't take it on the highway, and so you can go between it's like to bop around between the little towns. And Becky and I took it out, and
it has 2 wheels.
Like the week before, Becky is 4 wheels, only 2 seats. You can't bring anything with you but your person. It has a little holder for your phone. It's electric. It goes 45 kilometers an hour, which I think is like 20 miles an hour. Is that how that works? And Becky had found this car the week before because she was like Googling the smallest car that she could get in Europe just to like see like what is the smallest actual car that counts. Although this doesn't, you only have to be 15 to drive this and you don't need a license. So I don't think it
So it's
counts.
not legally a car. It's like a
It's a
skateboard.
moped. It's like yeah, it's like an electric scooter. And then when we got to the hotel, they had one because it's Italia, because it's a Fiat, for you to rent. Oh my God, did we laugh? And
You didn't
as
even have to give a driver's license. Like rent is in like
nope,
check it out like you check towels out at the pool.
yes, exactly. And then when we were driving it, this guy in a Ferrari beep beeped us, and I was like, "Hey!" And then some Italian guy in a roundabout beep beeped us, but in a not nice way. Because
Oh.
I was like in the roundabout, he's like, and I'm like, "Hi, we're cute." And then I was like, "I don't think he was saying hello, Beck." And so I can't wait for next time when we're all together, Beck will give you her take on it. But
Okay.
um,
Well, you know who
it was
didn't
fun.
come back broken and came back with a tremendous amount of energy?
You?
My two
Oh,
nieces.
oh my God,
4
yeah.
a.m. 4 a.m.
You're so good for getting up with them.
I
Oh my
poked my
God.
head downstairs. They're just sitting there like a couple of Ewoks waiting to ambush, waiting for. They're like, Too Shy, can we have fun now?
Oh my God, they're so cute.
So I sat with
Oh,
them for a little
you must
while.
be so tired right now.
Well, also, like, I wasn't sure what their TV show rules were. Like, my kids, I would have been like, I'm going to sleep. You're
Oh
watching
my God,
Seinfeld.
yeah, I can't imagine Becky wouldn't let them
No, Becky came
just,
up and yelled at them for waking me up. And then I then convinced them to go into the bed, the air mattress they're staying on, and tell each other stories and just like take turn telling stories, which like mostly had to do with like butts and things like that. Like
I mean, yeah, it's the age.
it's the
Um,
age. So okay,
but okay,
Alien.
but so Alien, so you recommended me, you were like, you text the chain and you're like, you guys have to watch Alien Earth. Now, I can only assume it's like either a comic book, an animated series, a YouTube shorts. It's a length film. There's so much alien content that has been created. I was like, what's that? And you're like, Olifant is in it. And I had no idea it was going to be a TV show. I like I can't believe it took them this long to make an alien TV show
It
with
took
the
them. I mean,
amount
it
of
took
like
them because I
canon.
think you had to have the technology to do it well for TV because it looks incredible.
Right. And the budget and everything. But like, dude, the rabbit hole. I think you need to do a post as a service to listeners of like some of the explanation. I know people could look this up online, but your like order of things is
Oh,
very
the
important.
chronology? I had to look it up.
The
I wasn't sure where
chronology.
this show
Oh
takes place
my
in the
God.
lore.
This is more complicated than, I mean, I don't give a shit when Andor takes
Well,
place. Could not care less because that's just like beyond.
oh, what? Star Wars or Marvel?
Yeah. No, it's with Star Wars. Oh my God, Andor's Marvel? No.
And/or Star
Oh,
Wars. But
it's
like,
Star Wars.
I'm like,
Okay.
see, like me, I would if I could draw a picture of the alien xenomorph eating Andor. That's what I would because Andor is like I still haven't watched the second season because I found the first season so incredibly boring, except for like
But
the last two
but
episodes.
also there's so many offshoots now in Star Wars at this point, like Mandalorian. You just have to say it's Star Wars, and then people like either Luke is there or he's not. Like it doesn't like it's that's it. That's the baseline. Whereas Alien, you know, it's a little bit more flexible,
It
I
is
feel
because
like.
it's unclear each time you watch a new movie which of the parts they're
Well,
keeping from the previous ones. Although so far they've done a good
right.
job at keeping things.
Right. And so but it was helpful for me for you to like lay them out for me because I basically like Skywalker, I was like pre or post Ripley. And you were
Oh,
like
so
it's
this is
smack in
pre.
the well, it's pre it's pre Ripley,
It's
pre her first
it's
mission.
pre her story on the Nostromo. She's probably alive she's probably
Right,
already on
that's
that
what you're
mission
saying.
at this point. So if you
Right,
just to go
right,
through
right,
the
right.
chronology, you have, if you go back to the earliest and you don't include Aliens versus Predator, although it doesn't really contradict Alien versus Predator. But let's
I
leave
actually
those
really
out
like that
because
movie.
those are controversial. But let's say you leave those out for now. You just start with Prometheus as the earliest one, which takes place in the 2000s. Takes place rather close to our time period. Like not that close, but
Right.
close enough to our time
Right, because
period.
we're so far in the future in the other movies.
Yeah.
Right.
And then during Prometheus, they discover the engineers and the black goo, which is the source of lots of different things. And the mystery of the black goo is still not clear, which I think is important not to clarify. Alien is one of those things where if you clarify
The
too
more,
much,
right.
I feel like you ruin it.
The more
You
the
have
mystery, the better the
you have to have
whole
mystery. You have to have mystery. There
thing is
has
it.
to be
Right.
you have to be trying to square this thing in your head, because if you
Right.
solve it
Like I went
all,
down a rabbit hole of what do they eat yesterday. And the
yeah.
internet was like, stop. You don't need to know. Let it go. It's
So
part of the mystery.
so Prometheus kicks off a chain of events that leads to the creation of the xenomorphs as we know them, but it doesn't necessarily mean those are the only xenomorphs ever. It just means that when David, the robot, survives Prometheus, and then there's the story of Alien Covenant, he's experimenting with the black goo and arguably has created the xenomorph as we know it. But we don't really know if that wouldn't have
Right.
been created anyway, because the black goo creates all sorts of crazy creatures. That was just the variation that he thought was perfect and that he was sort of working towards. But I think the main thing is that after Prometheus and Covenant, the thing that everybody is aware of now is that there are xenomorphs and black goo kind of all over, scattered in different places in space.
In the
And there are
universe,
different
right.
corporations that want to harness them for different reasons, for longevity, for weapons, etc.
Right. Right.
Then what's happening in Alien Earth is the discovery of some ship carrying specimens, which includes the alien, but also includes other stuff, which I don't know
Other
if those
fun
other
creatures.
I don't know if those
Right.
other creatures, though, are also offshoots of the black goo. Like they might also be just
I mean,
other crazy. Like they could have picked these guys up
it's
from the
right.
Prometheus planet.
Right. Because we're not sure. We know that when they picked up whatever specimens they got, they lost a lot of people.
Right.
So, right. So they know that it was a violent excursion to get what
Right.
they got.
And that excursion could have been on, I forget if it's LV-426, whatever the planet is that Prometheus happened on. It could
they
have
don't say,
happened there. But it could, like, the excursion
Right.
could be there. It could be the place where Covenant happened. It could be in any of those places where they would encounter things that would kill them, but not necessarily know what the xenomorph is yet. Right?
Except someone could have left a note being like, don't touch. Which I find is maybe the only major plot hole of the
Well,
entire
but
canon.
what is
that all
revealed,
someone had to leave a post-it of being like, don't touch this.
but what they reveal every time is that there is usually some corporate actor, sometimes a
Pushing
robot,
the agenda. Right.
sometimes Paul Reiser,
Huh?
who is secretly knows more information than everybody else, but you never fully
Right.
know what they know, which I love. I just love that. Like, got to keep the mystery in Alien, right? Like, do not reveal
Right.
everything.
Right.
And so
Okay.
whatever's happening
Yeah.
and Alien Earth is happening, then you have Ripley's first, adventure with one xenomorph. Then Alien Romulus, which came out last summer, which is a really cool, fun movie, which bridges, which is a little bit of a side quest that follows that movie. And then you have Aliens.
Also with Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, like, the movies after that, like, if you want Alien 3 to be, part of the saga or Alien Resurrection, that's fine. But the
I
key
forgot
is
about
that
Resurrection.
But the key is that you're in the middle here between the Prometheus world and the
Well,
Flight of
what's
the
fun
Nostromo.
about, look, I think what's fun about a TV show, which we haven't gotten yet, is, well, you have you haven't gotten like a full TV. You've got, you're right. So what's fun about a TV show is that there's so much going on in the world around the alien that it really lets you start to delve into interesting themes and interesting characters and the concept of these corporations, which obviously in our world today we can relate to, and that the xenomorph is always going to be it's like kind of like Captain Marvel. At a certain point, what's the point of having Captain Marvel in the movies? Because Captain Marvel can beat anything, right? Like it's just sort of like, well, okay, I guess just call Captain Marvel. She'll just beat like she'll win because there's nothing greater than that, right? So if you just have the xenomorph and it's movie after movie of battle, this like incredible master villain, okay, it's amazing, and I'll keep watching them. But I think it's even more interesting to have it be in the background of all this other stuff that's happening.
Right, right.
And
The
being a
xenomorph is
I think there's
loose and
right.
tearing people apart, which again, they deliver on this. Way more alien than I ever thought we were going to get.
Way more. Shy, I rewatched, like, I'm so into this that I watched the second episode I finished the second, I had 10 minutes left of the second episode, which was great. I then watched Alien because I didn't have a third episode. So we just went back and watched, was because Disney, it like promotes it to you. It like starts
Yeah.
Alien after, and we were like, fine, twist my arm. I'll stay up till 2 a.m.
Because it's in the next
Watch,
one in the
like,
series.
I know. And so we went through it from episode 2, watched Alien, and I was like, okay, you know, we kind of I was like, I wasn't gonna watch the whole movie. And also was like, "Da-da-da-da-da-da-da." That's rude. You don't just turn off Sigourney Weaver. And I was like, all right. And so we watched the
Well,
whole thing. It's amazing how well it holds up, but also watching it back to back with the show, how incredible the alien design is in the TV show. For fans, it's amazing.
they do a really good job. They did a really good job. So I mean, I don't even want to give away too much. Just it's a very cool
But
story.
wait, but what I was gonna say is that you barely see the alien in the movie.
Oh yeah.
Also because of practical effects in 1979, and it's a genius film.
Although
Now
they must have some practical effects in the show because that alien, the close-ups are so good.
the close-ups are so good. No, but I just mean like what you can do now with like having more alien
Oh yeah.
with
Showing more of the
CGI
body
and all,
and
and showing more, yeah, the tail, and it moves so much faster in the TV show than it did in the movie,
yeah. In
which
the
is what
movie,
it's
it's just
meant
this
to
one
do.
alien stalking
Like,
them one by one.
right. But yeah. So, anyways, the show. Go. Yeah. Give a
So
little
I mean, so
debrief.
one of the things that I'm hoping for, I'm really hoping for that I love, and the first one really, to me, the first one's a perfect movie. I like Aliens, and Aliens definitely has some great character stuff too. But the acting in the first one is so off the charts amazing, right? You've got Tom Skerritt, you've got Yaphet Kotto, you've got the old guy who's
The dad from Pretty in Pink.
yeah, exactly. His name escapes me right now. I don't know why. But yeah,
Oh,
him.
look at it.
And then Sigourney Weaver was like the new star, right? But you're talking about
Right.
like
You have
one of the
John
great actors.
Hurt. Hello, John Hurt.
Oh, right. Yeah, John Hurt. That's true. Ian Holm. Right.
Harry Dean Stanton.
Harry Dean Stanton. That's it.
Harry
That's the
Dean
old guy.
Stanton.
Yeah.
Ian Holm. Yeah, it's like ridiculous.
Yeah. And so they're all, and Veronica, is that, what's the name of the other?
Yeah, Veronica Cartwright.
Yeah, and Veronica Cartwright. So
Yeah.
you have like, but the characters are drawn, I think, beautifully. The issue that a lot of the alien stuff has had afterwards is sort of a lack of commitment to the new characters because they've never had anyone, I guess, quote unquote, as good as Ripley. But I loved Noomi Rapace in Prometheus, and then they, fridged her in the next movie. I liked
Right,
David
right.
the David the AI Fassbender is incredibly terrifying. I thought he was great. Alien Romulus, like it's a very cool movie. And the AI character in it is very memorable. The synth in that one is very memorable. But you need to have humans to root for in these. You can't just be about the villain. Otherwise, you're just rooting the villain to chop people up, and it becomes a slasher movie. And Alien always works in my mind when it's psychological. When the terror is not seeing the alien, and the alien movie, like the worst alien movie is Alien versus Predator Requiem. Because it's not scary, it's just disgusting and gory. And
which is not what we came for. That's not
exactly.
That's not what this is. This is better than that.
The psychology of this creature stalking them, the psychology of the unknown, the psychology that someone in the group is working against them and you don't know what their agenda is. That is what I think makes the alien story so compelling. And in this one, you have many disparate groups. You have a really interesting sibling plot. Which I thought was like
really interesting sibling plot, and I like that it's different than, it's not just a romance, or it's not just an adult with a little kid, like, Newt from Aliens. Like, it's siblings who have been torn apart separated by technology. But because of that technology, there's a chance they could be reunited. Like, it's a very layered thing. I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, and the stakes are excellent.
The stakes are really cool. They also took a gamble on the sort of this like new hybrid.
Well, there's three different types of androids now. And it's like
now they haven't always been, right? This is new.
In this leg of the story, what they're saying to us is they tee it up for you right away, which is there's essentially format wars going on, like VHS and Beta. The different companies each have their different models. Now, we know in the future the models that prevail are these Weyland-Yutani synthetics that are like Ian Holmes' character in the original Alien. And then he's replaced by Bishop, who's kind of more moral. And then Winona Ryder in Resurrection, if you want to go as far as Winona Ryder in Resurrection. There's no synthetic really in Alien 3. And then you have David, which was this like God complex version of it that like they can't possibly want that one to keep going because David and then the subsequent one, Mark.
But like, David would be earlier than all of these, right? David would be an earlier version.
David was on the Prometheus trip, and David, like, kind of developed his own God complex. And so it's like they're constantly tinkering with how to beat mortality and control the way they beat it, right? And it screws up every time. And I love that element of it. And I love that, with the introduction of the black goo, Romulus sprinkles that in a little bit. You have the synthetics. You have the aliens, you have the corporations. There are different nodes in the alien story if you use them properly. And so far, the first 2 episodes of Alien Earth, I'm like, Andor who?
Right. No, and also they've introduced right away a cyborg or android that's like Terminator level cool with his like morphing hand.
Oh, he's the cyborg. He's the actual cyborg. He's like part human, part robot.
That's working for the company. They've set that up from the minute one in the show. And
he lets another layer of villain. Cousin from Never Have I Ever get totally torn apart.
Right. And so he's a great sort of other type of villain that we have to contend with.
I also think one of the best things they did in
simultaneously.
Now both Disney, both Star Wars and now Alien has introduced an Oliphant situation. And I think this is maybe my favorite Timothy Oliphant part since Justified.
Is it because he's so blonde? He's
blonde. He's blonde and he's different. He's not playing the Ranger cyborg, cowboy.
Right? He's a cyborg.
I think he is.
He's a cyborg. But also, he's a cyborg. I think that's
he strikes me as he might be a little bit like the Fassbender style cyborg. Like a little bit.
I don't know, but I'm a bit nervous that they have so many good characters in this show that I'm not going to get enough of him.
he's got to. I want him to survive. I want him to survive.
I
for
mean, he's
once.
so famous. He has to,
No, but I mean,
right?
they could afford him for a couple of episodes, and then he gets eaten.
Oh,
I don't know. I hope not.
I guess he's the biggest name in the show. No one else I seem to
Yeah,
have heard
and
of.
I always want with the casting, like whoever this actor is that is playing the young woman, um,
Sydney Chandler. She's great.
I want them to be like, I just want them to commit to some characters that we're supposed to care about. We're
I
not
have to
going
say,
to,
she's a good actress.
yeah,
So I'm not saying
because
she's
she has to
Sigourney
switch
level.
between, because she's like a young person in an adult's
And
body.
Body, who's also a super genius because she's
Yeah,
a robot.
yeah.
So so far, I'm really amazed by her acting and impressed. Like I don't feel like they just like hired whoever to fill the role. Um, yeah, so far everybody's great. I just yeah, like I want like
I,
maximum
I,
Oliphant.
I want them to keep being patient with it. Like, don't murder all the characters. But like, kind of do. I didn't watch Walking Dead, but to me, what I understand about Walking Dead is how invested everybody was in the relationships and all those characters. So deaths meant something, and the way and
Absolutely. Oh yeah, yeah,
growth means
yeah.
something. And Alien is a similar environment, where you're dealing with the consequences of society falling out, right? Where you can really do that if you commit to drawing really good characters. So I hope they do that. To me, I'm having a blast. I can't wait to watch the new one. I'm going to watch tonight, the third one.
Yeah,
And then
us too.
just before we go, so Alien Earth, everyone should watch it. And if you need like a guide, start with the original Alien, and then you can come back to this one. Like, you're fine. If you watch the original Alien, you're good. You can watch this show. Um,
But also, it doesn't seem like it's getting like crazy good reviews, and I'm like, what do people want?
I don't know.
God,
They want like boring discussion
I
of
don't
politics
like,
in Star Wars world. Like, I don't know. Like Andor to me is like watching
honestly,
Model UN.
this, this this has so much action. Like honestly,
Yeah.
I'm here for it. So I'm on board.
The other thing I just want to shout out is Avenue Q, Department Q.
Oh, Department Q, I finished
Um,
it.
okay, we're a couple episodes from the beginning. Fantastic. I love it. But I gotta go. I love you. Have a great
Love you
week.
too.
Talk soon.
Okay, well we'll talk. We'll do finale of Department Q, and you and Becky finish.
All right. All right, cool. Love you.
All right.
Bye bye.
Love you. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Friday Night Movie, the sibling rivalry and pop culture podcast. Join the Friday Night Movie family by following @Fry Night Movie on all of the socials and visiting our website, frynightmovie.com. Our theme song is by What Does It Eat? And make sure to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.